Hey, y'all. Welcome to Star Talk and Side Eyes, the podcast where astrology meets real life, real conversations, and yes, a little side eye when it's deserved. I'm Erin S., and I'm here with Navi B., and together we're two women who love astrology, popular culture, human behavior, and unpacking why people move the way they do. This isn't about predicting doom or reading charts in a vacuum. It's about using the stars as a language to understand ourselves, our patterns, and the world around us. Growing up, we both had big dreams, the kind that felt written into us early. Sometimes dreams shifted, some evolved, and some came full circle. Tonight, we're going to talk about who we thought we'd be, who we are now, and how our zodiac placements actually tell that story better than a resume ever could. We'll be breaking down our big three, looking ahead at our personal year, what we're doing going into 2026, and talking about what this next chapter is really asking of us. We'll also get into the signs we naturally gravitate towards, the types of people we tend to attract, and whether that's chemistry, karma, or something rooted in a past life connection. And because we don't stop at astrology, we'll also be diving into human design and numerology, what our charts say about what we're meant to move, create, and interact with others. So if you love astrology with context, conversations that make you think, and commentary that's honest but not reckless, you're in the right place. Let's get into it. So we have a few questions that we're going to talk about. I think the first question is let's go into who we are. You want to start off, Navi?
Actually, you start off because that's going. Yeah, that's going to bring us to like how this even came about. Who even am I?
Who am I? So yes, again, my name is Erin S. I've always been observant of people, patterns, energy, and just cycles. Like I be wanting to know. Astrology wasn't something I picked up randomly. It came from a desire to understand myself and others more deeply. To me, it gave like a language to things I was already noticing and sensing about myself and others. So for me, the podcast came from realizing that these conversations people are already having, like it's just privately, and like I knew that I didn't want to just do this with anyone. So I did what I do best. Like I listened to my intuition, and the only name that kept coming up was Navi. So for me, it just kind of like came from like the conversations we were already having behind the scenes. So I asked you if you'd be interested. She said yes, and now we're here making history.
Yes, I'm so excited. So I'm Navia, and like Erin said, she came to me with this idea, and I thought this was such a great one. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've always wanted to do a podcast. I have like 3 ideas on the back burner right now, but mixing like spirituality with like current news like never crossed my mind. So when she told me that she felt called to ask me, I was so honored. And we were just talking about this before we started recording because I do suffer imposter syndrome. And the old me would have been like, yeah, I'll do it. And then I would have been, and I would have slowly slipped out. But I don't know. I just had a good feeling about this from the moment she asked me until right now, like where we're recording. So I'm like, yeah, absolutely.
Why
Absolutely.
not? Yeah.
Y'all are in for a treat because if we were recording our conversation we were just having for like we just had like a 3-hour conversation before we even started recording. That would need to
We're
be
going into 2026 with that stuff. Yes,
like
honey.
the unfiltered version. So we might gotta give y'all a little taste of that later down the line. But yes. And yeah, like Erin said, basically we already have these conversations all the time. So why not record it and put it out there for all of you all to watch, you know?
Yeah. No, for real. What's the next question? You want to do that one or you want me to go?
Yeah, sometimes I can take that one.
Okay.
So for our next question is who we thought we'd be versus who we are now. So what did we want to be growing up? I'll start. So growing up, I always wanted to be a teacher. I was literally the teacher's helper. I was like the one that was passing out papers. I helped grade. I put
I can
grades
see
in the grade
that.
book. I see kids nowadays, they don't even know what a grade book is. Everything was handwritten. Like we wrote in grade books. Like I just knew I was gonna be a teacher. But on the flip side, I also wanted to be Raven Simone. So
Mhm.
looking back, I didn't
I
know
could see you being raped.
I wanted to be Raven Simone so bad. Like you couldn't tell me that I wasn't in That's a Raven. Like, but
I could see you.
I didn't know what that looked like. So I was like, yeah, I just want to be Raven Simone. I want to do what she does. But looking back, I wanted to be an actress. So a teacher and an actress, and that is all going to make sense by the end of today. Okay, I'm gonna let you have it.
Well, I mean, it's kind of funny because growing up, I always wanted to be a teacher. I was always, girl, I like telling people what to do, honey. But I wanted to be a teacher, like a leader, and like a little helper. So even if someone else was leading, like I was the one that was adding like a little razzle dazzle. um, I was always the person like organizing talent shows, creating like little networks, are leading social clubs even without realizing it. So I've always been like a helper, even especially with like children and elders. So like I naturally stepped into roles where I was like guiding, supporting, bringing people together, babysitting. Like that's just always been who I am. So the next question, what are we currently doing in the season of life? So I'll take that one and then you can go.
Yeah.
Um, in this season of life, my work blends structure with intuition in a very real way, I'd say. I'm currently working like building AI. I support internal users. So you can kind of call me, I don't want to say I'm IT, but like I'm low key like within that same umbrella. I help create systems from documentation to standard operating procedures. I'm all about setting expectations, creating clarity, and making sure things function the way they're supposed to. Very Aries midheaven in the 10th house energy. So I'm like already like operating in my life and like in my journey. What
Right.
about you?
And y'all, we're talking like we don't know what each other does, but y'all know. We
But we know. We telling y'all, well, we know what we
know.
do.
We do. So yeah. So in this season of life, I'm actually kind of living part of my childhood like dream of being a teacher. So I'm actually a customer experience trainer.
Yeah.
And it doesn't quite look how I thought it was going to look when I was like a child. You know, it's not a school setting, but it is a classroom setting.
Mhm.
And then I'm working on that second half of becoming Raven Simone, if you know what I mean. If you know movies, television. Yeah. But basically, I teach for a living. When we have new people come in that need to learn how to do their job, they send them to me. And it's not a school, but I'm literally doing what I always saw myself. And when I tell y'all, when I get into my chart, you're going to be like, girl, you were literally meant to be a teacher. Like, you were literally meant to be somebody's teacher.
Mhm. And I just onboard the people for her. I make sure that everybody is have what they need to have. That is
Yeah. Oh, did we say we work together? Yeah, we absolutely
we
did.
do. Oh, we work together, honey. That's how we bonded.
That's how we met almost 4 years ago.
We've been in this thing together, friend.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna get out together.
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
love it there though. Like, let's not get it twisted. But
Don't
if
go on my LinkedIn trying to figure out where I work
I'm
at.
about to say if anything, we're gonna be all right, regardless.
Amen. All right. So we talked about what we wanted to be, what we're currently doing, but what is our dream role or
Mhm.
end goal? Now, honestly, I don't dream of labor. I don't dream of a 9 to 5. I don't dream of working. Although I want to be on television and, on your TV screens, I do not dream of work. So my end goal is just to make people believe that anything is possible. I do want to combine like my love for teaching in the arts to be an inspiration for those who come after me. Like,
Mm.
I want a fulfilling life that does not revolve around a 9 to 5, but I want to live so freely that the goal every day I wake up is, what am I going to get into today?
I
What
love
am I going to pick up? What am I going to do that is going to fulfill me as a person and actually really feel good? So I think that's definitely my end goal. And whatever that looks like on paper, um, that's still up in the air because I feel like I'm evolving so much all of the time that my goals for 2026 might not look like my same goals for 2027. So
I
that's
love that. I love that. I love that you remain open because that's how I feel. I feel like you shouldn't. I mean, I guess maybe it's okay to like to be laser focused, but I feel like it's always a really good thing to be open.
yes, because honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I used to be one of those people where I thought I could only do one thing. Like
Yeah.
I had to choose one thing and stick with that, which is probably why I didn't stick with school. Like I was
Mhm.
in school, like I got great grades. I went to college, but then I stopped. Because I didn't want to do it anymore. I didn't like it. I wasn't a fan of it. But I thought that's what I had to do.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
wow. Because life itself is a school. I don't think people realize that. I
Yeah.
wow. So for me, like my dream role, like it's always stayed the same as excuse me, at its core. Um, I just want to be a checkpoint for people. Like, you know how like when you play Super Mario and you get to that checkpoint and you can always come back to that checkpoint and remind yourself, or you can you don't have to start from the beginning. You kind of start there and keep moving. Like I've just always wanted to be that person. I just want to be the person who helps people find their way or confirm what they already intuitively know. That's why I do readings.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's not about telling people what to do. It's about telling people to trust themselves. Like if you ask any of my clients, that's why I tell them it's in your chart. Like I'm not making any of this up.
Yeah.
Like I'm just helping decode it. And I've just always been the person where I'm just like I try to be as knowledgeable as possible, but also understandable. I've just always wanted to just be like, hey, you created this. I'm just helping you decode it. And
Mm.
if you need a reminder, come back to me. That's the auntie in me. And you're an auntie. So like we
And you are a checkpoint for me. Like
yeah.
I wish we would have recorded our conversation, but you are literally living in your end goal because you are doing exactly what you just said you want to do.
I
And
appreciate that.
we better not start crying up on here. We
Girl, listen now, my cancer rising, girl.
no.
Okay, so let's not. Okay, not the first episode. So like so here's our next question. So, how do our zodiac placements reflect those shifts, talents, or long-term themes? So, I'll go. So when I look at my chart, like clearly all of this lines up. I have a strong sixth house stellium, like your Beyonce's and Michael Jackson. So for me, service, systems, and being useful to others are central themes in my life. So I have two stelliums, Capricorn and Sagittarius. So like that is like woo, right?
Right. Right. I said, wait a minute.
Yeah, girl, like I'm busy. So with my Capricorn and Sagittarius stellium, it shows up as teaching, but building foundations and helping people understand the bigger picture. Like I am busy. This is why it's like, how much sleep did you have? Um, and then I'm also a Cancer rising, so that's a big reason why people feel safe around me. I used to think it was the glasses, but
It's the
my
just looks so homey. Like I
it's
just
people just want to be like, I'm safe. And I'm like, well, hold on now.
like
But like it gives like the nurturing protective energy. And for me, like people open up without even realizing, like I can't even tell you how many times like I'll be at a grocery store and somebody's child is like, hold me. And I'm like, what? But also like my Taurus moon. Like that adds an emotional steadiness and grounding. So people often feel like supported, calm, and stabilized in my presence. Then you have my Jupiter, which is in Pisces, in the ninth house with the Virgo degree. Let me explain. This is a deep impact. So it's like Jupiter expands the intuition and the spiritual awareness. With Jupiter, like Pisces is at home, and then it's in the ninth house, which is ruled by Sagittarius, so it's also at home. So it brings like an understanding and truth seeking. And then you have the Virgo degree, which helps like organize what we already know. So it's like when people meet me, if they're open, they expand, but in a way that feels safe, practical, and supportive. So, excuse me, these placements together explain like the long term theme of my life. Like, I've just always been the person like to create spaces where people feel held, understood, and guided. So, I don't want to push anybody. I just want to help them find their own clarity.
Yeah.
So, that's me.
And you do so well with that. Like you, when we're talking like about my chart, because Erin is the expert here. I'm the novice. Okay. We're going to call me novice Navia.
I'm just nosy. I'm nosy. She's the novice. Let's go with that.
Okay. And when you are literally reading my chart for filth, okay, as she does it in
Anyway, girl, don't make it seem like I'm.
I'm just kidding. No, she does such a great job because it has she she tells you stuff that you already know. And it's like, but sometimes you need that person, someone else outside of yourself to confirm that. And you do such a great job with that because I'll just be sitting here like, I know. But it's like it doesn't hit hard until you really go into like the nooks and crannies. And it's like, okay, I knew it, but now that I see that my chart is literally telling me like all of the answers you need are in your chart. I
It's
see that
you wrote it. All I do is just decode it. Like
yeah.
I was just like, hey,
I like
friend, this is your business. I'm telling you your business that you made.
let's do a segment. You wrote it, I decoded. Like, so my son is in Pisces in the first house. And my core purpose is like creative exploration and emotional depth. So two things that come in heavily in acting and teaching is exploration and emotional depth. Like to successfully have like a believable performance, I need to grasp you on an emotional level. Because if you don't believe me, if you don't feel something, even if you don't feel bad for me, if it's like a sad scene, if you don't feel, but you understand me, that's that emotional depth. And that
Yeah.
goal that I am trying to accomplish. So knowing that my son is in Pisces in the first house, baby, that's I'm literally just here to do things. I'm
Mhm.
here to just be creative in every single aspect of my life.
You're literally here to be yourself.
Yes. And what does that look like? I think I've been so caught up in trying to perform that I literally just need to be me.
Mm-hmm.
And
Girl, I almost tried to give you a read. I was about to be like, what's your fourth house? No,
right,
we'll do that later. We'll do that in the episode. We're introducing ourselves.
right, we might sprinkle that a little bit in, here and here, because I think this would definitely help anyone watching this.
Everybody. Yeah.
Because as we were like, I was going through like the questions that we have set up and going through my chart, I started learning so much more and it helps me. So when you know what you're looking at, you got to know where you come from to know where you're going.
Oh, yeah. No, you literally have to
Yeah.
go through to get through. Like, I don't think a lot of people know that.
There's a lot of nice one-liners tonight. I'm liking this.
It's only the beginning.
Yeah. I love this. But I do have such a vivid like imagination. And that is so powerful. So that allows me to tap into like different realms. So when
Mhm.
I am teaching, it's not just, cookie cutter. Well, this is how you do step one, step two. I am going to bring something into this that brings a new world. And I definitely think my son in Pisces helps me propel into that. I
Mhm.
My moon is in Gemini in the fourth house. Oh, see, you were about to ask, like, Gemini's in the fourth house. And that intertwines my thirst for knowledge. I need to know the why. And what's so crazy is, as a trainer, I create a lot of content, or I go through content to make sure that is palatable for people when they are coming in and they need to learn. The why is the most important part. So I literally do that every single day at my job, and I do that outside of work. Well, why does this work like this? Well, if this is in this house, but why? Why
Mm.
be different if it was at this degree versus this degree, but it's all in the same house? And I'm always looking for, like, I'm always wanting to know something. And then, because we were talking about this too, my Mercury is in Pisces in the first house. So that is like powerful for like creative endeavors, like acting and writing. And I said, girl, this is what
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing, what I'm supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because
It's confirmation.
yeah, like writing in so many different formats. So whether it's like creative writing, so like screenplay, or it's actually writing for like work when I'm creating content. So it's like,
Yeah.
and I have a habit of when I'm very expressive with my words. I do use a lot of filler words like and yeah.
Me too, girl.
Those are my periods and exclamation points. But when I do talk or have certain types of conversations, I definitely like express myself with like metaphors. I use stories, vivid imagery, and that definitely comes from like that Mercury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because again, we talked about that, like Mercury and Pisces, you're carrying everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, you're carrying it from Aries up until Pisces.
Yeah.
So it's like you have already come here with the knowledge
Mhm.
for sure. Yeah. Love that. I can't wait. I mean, hopefully I don't come back, but if I do,
Okay. When does this story end? Because, girl. All right. So we're actually going to get a little bit more into our big threes and like where we're headed. So,
mhm.
um, we're going to talk about what our big threes are and then how they actually show up in our personalities. So, as I mentioned, I'm a Pisces sun. I am an empathetic dreamer girl.
Yes,
I
you are.
value emotional connection. When I tell you I have so much Pisces in my chart, I value emotional connection and empathy, like in my relationships, whether it's like romantic, platonic. So, I am really like the person that people always come to be heard. And I'm gonna get y'all in my business a little bit, okay? So this young man
Not this young man. Go ahead, girl.
that I'm chatting, that I'm
You sound so tea like.
so this young man that I'm chatting with, we had a conversation, and this was our first time talking on the phone, and I wasn't a fan of it. Like the conversation was good, but there were some aspects of it where I just was like, okay, I don't know if this is gonna go anywhere. In the old me, I would normally just shy away from speaking up, but I didn't, because communication is so important to me. And if we're gonna have an emotional connection, I need you to know where I stand, and I need you to know where you stand.
Mm.
I was able to open the door to such a good conversation just by speaking on that. I don't know if that's gonna be my man, but I did it, and
No,
it
we'll find out if it's your man or not.
oh, I said we'll find out in the next episode.
Well, stay tuned, y'all.
Stay tuned, y'all. We might cut this out. I don't know. I gotta see how I'm feeling, but yeah.
Okay.
Aside from that, I'm also a Gemini moon. So this is the communication aspect that kind of goes into that story, where communication is my emotional outlet. So when I am talking with other people, I urge like openness and cultivate a space where people discover things that they probably didn't know. Similar to you, actually, Erin, when you were mentioning creating like those safe spaces, because I am one of those people always come to and just
Mhm.
open up. Even if they don't want any advice, they don't want me to say anything, they just need a place to
Yeah, to communicate. Yeah, to say, yeah. Mm-hmm.
and then
Gemini moon. Yeah,
you
Gemini. Yeah.
Yeah, and if they want my input, I ask a lot of open-ended questions. I don't like to do yes or no questions because we don't get to the root of what's really going on.
Yeah.
And they start saying things out loud, and then we start getting, making progress with that. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay. But I do that so much for other people. We were just talking about this too before we started recording, y'all.
It's like she telling all my business.
I do so much for other people that I just didn't have the space where I felt like I could get that. And Erin is definitely, shout out to my girl Erin. And Erin is definitely that space for me. She creates that space. And like I said, I know I mentioned this already, but you are living in that end goal, girl.
I'm trying because I'm not coming back, girl.
Okay.
Coming back.
She said it's a wrap.
It's a wrap, honey. I'm not going towards the light. I'm not doing it. That's a hospital room.
Oh, okay. Let me finish mine so I can get to her. Okay, and then I have an Aquarius rising. Ooh,
I love an Aquarius rising. They're so underrated.
Yes, absolutely. I think people already look at they look at Aquarius suns and then just be like, oh, they're so mean, or they're just like, but it's like, no, I love an Aquarius, especially a rising, shout out.
I'm with an Aquarius, so I can't.
My sisters are great. Yeah. Some of my closest friends. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Aquarians.
Your time is coming, but not yet.
Yeah. And with my Aquarius rising, I think I thrive. Well, not think, but we thrive if you're an Aquarius rising in uniqueness and individuality. Ooh, that's a big word for Elmo. So, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. So I definitely think Aquarius risings, we are very memorable. So one thing about it is, if you notice that people tend to come back around, it could be years later, and you are an Aquarius rising, that is probably why. And I definitely think that helps me so much with acting and also with teaching, because I leave those lasting impressions,
Yeah.
When when I get there, when I'm on y'all TV screen, you're gonna be like, I know her. She was in that other. Yeah, that was me. I watch her on YouTube. That was me. Yeah, that was me.
And with you being an Aquarius, that's innovator. So you're gonna create your own path. Yeah. Just want to throw that out there.
Yes. Okay. No, and then that's it.
You know me, girl. I'm gonna speak life into you, honey.
Yeah. Y'all can't have her. She's mine, but
so like for me, like as I mentioned before, Cancer rising. So I naturally give off like nurturing, motherly energy. I want this, but yes, people feel safe with me. And it's honestly funny, girl, like how often, like I'll be like, how are you doing? And now I have your story of when you were born and what your mama did and what your daddy did. Like I'll get all of the information. And all I asked was, how are you doing? So it's okay. I'm trustworthy, but like I did not ask for all of that. But I am safe enough to keep that energy. I'm also a Taurus moon, which is and it has the nerve to be in the 10th house, which is why I have met majority of my friends at work.
That is so crazy.
No, literally, I have met majority of my friends at work. It's so crazy. But with me having that Taurus moon, I carry all 5 senses. Like so I'm going to ground you. I'm going to help ground you emotionally, even in professional settings. So I bring like the calm, stability, and the consistency at work, in public, or at home at this point. So for me, like people tend to feel supported instead of steady around me. And I appreciate that. It's funny because when people come to my house, they're like, okay, grandma. you got the hard candies, or I'm leaving here with something, or I'm leaving here with a plate of food, or you just got greens on the stove for no reason. I've just always been that person. Like I don't know. I know the world is hard out there. So for me, it's just like when you come to my house, it's like I just want you to feel safe.
Yeah.
Because I know, I mean, and it goes to my placements. It's like I know what's going on out here. So
Right.
just come here and feel safe. Um, and then with me, like I I speak to my my sun sign, but I always like shout out the rising, because to me, I feel like you should go by your rising first.
Yeah.
And then your moon, but then your sun as well. But I feel like your sun this is who you come here as. So
I say it's how like people like how
yeah,
you
yeah. So like my Capricorn sun is in the 6th house. So that part of me is like it just keeps going. Like I don't even know. I just be doing stuff. So even when I don't think I accomplished something or I can accomplish something, I just do it. And I think it just comes natural. I don't know how. Like like, it just comes to me. It's because I just show up and I show out. Like it's just
yeah.
when people don't think I'm like moving, I'm moving in silence. And that's that Capricorn sun. Like I ain't even got to brag about it, honey. Once I say it's gonna happen, or once I say I'm going to do something, it's just gonna happen.
And you said it's in the 6th house?
It's in the 6th house. Service systems, like it's just I'm so dependable. Even if you didn't want me around, you need me.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I wish. Well, I wish I could be like that. I have so much first house placement, y'all. I am dependable at the last moment. Like if you ask me something early, just know it's gonna get done.
It's gonna get done. That's that Aries behavior. It's gonna get done. It's just they gonna tell you when.
Yeah. When my sun is in my first house, my Venus, my Mercury, my is my Jupiter? No, I don't think my Jupiter is in.
I was about to say, no, not me trying to check your information. Like, is it?
In the first house. Yes.
No, shout out to all my friends that just know to give me their birth chart information and their children birth chart information, because I could check your stuff. Like, no, friend, hold on.
Right, like so I suggest all of y'all just make sure you have the time that you were born. Like if you're interested in anything, get that time. So
that's the most important thing, honestly. I mean, everything else is cute, but
that time.
yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go to the next question. So how do these placements influence how we move through the world in our relationships? So I'll go.
Yeah.
As I feel like I've mentioned this, but I feel like I'm just the dependable person. Like I'm always there, not only on time. For some reason, I'm just early. Like I don't know if it's me having a like Mercury guided. I just predict what needs to be done. Like I don't know what that's about, but whether that's as a friend, a coworker, or a family member, like I'm the person cooking for the party, gathering, watching the kids, whatever needs to be done. For some reason, it's not that I think I'm the best at it. It's just somebody got to do it.
Right.
And I feel like that same energy shows up at work. I feel like I told you this, but like we did like a year in review, and they were like, oh yeah, out of 1,300 tickets, Erin did 564 of them. And I didn't even notice. Like it wasn't me doing it like
to try to make sure I have like the most tickets that I'm completing. It just happened.
It didn't need to get done. Like I'm not calculating. I don't even have the energy to do that. Like, so when they said it, I was like, job security. But at the same time, it was also set boundaries.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that is, I don't want to harp on the good things. It's also like not everything needs to be done in that moment, and not everything is a fire hazard or something that needs to be done right away. So just because you have the gift doesn't mean you have to give it away. But that's just me checking myself before I wreck myself.
So before you wreck.
What about you, friend?
I love that you mentioned boundaries because that's actually a place with all the Pisces that I have in my chart. I have so much Pisces in my chart. I have a hard time setting boundaries, or I will set them and I will stick to them, but then I will falter and then I will kind of backslide a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I do show up in a world like that. I don't want to say I let people take advantage of me, but I do let people take advantage of situations where it becomes like, okay, I don't mind. They know I don't mind, but now they are sorry, girl.
Girl, who is that? What robot is there?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was talking about boundaries because I have a hard time setting those. Well, not necessarily setting them, but following through with them. Like I will stand on business and then I'm a backslide because let me tell y'all how much Pisces I have in my chart. I have Pisces in the first house and my sun, my Mercury Pisces, my Venus is Pisces. That's enough right there. That's enough right there. And they're all in the first house. They're all in the first house, which controls like that creative aspect, but also that empathy. And
Mm-hmm.
oh my gosh, being like people say,
I feels more comfortable in the 12th house where they can hide because
mm,
they're ruled by Neptune as well. But
ooh,
at the same time, also by Jupiter where it can be expand, which is a conundrum. But
yeah, my Jupiter is in the first house too, but it's in Aquarius. So,
mm-hmm.
and it's like, your girl be going through it. But it shows up in positive ways, of course, with that empathy and with that creativity, but it also shows up in a way that is hindering me because I allow people to take advantage, not necessarily of me as a person, but of situations. So I give them the ammo and they just keep shooting the gun. And it's like,
Wow. So you're allowing them to take advantage of like the gifts.
yep,
That yeah, I feel that. I'm the same way.
yep.
I can feel that.
And it's like, I know that this wait, I was about to jump ahead to like, I was about to
Mhm.
say my personal year and stuff. We're gonna get to that because I feel like this is all connected, but it does show up for
Now you came up with the questions, by the way. These are some really good questions, friend.
these are some really, and I think if you're watching this, these are some questions you should ask yourself to really dive deeper into your chart because it'll definitely reveal a lot of stuff that you probably were curious about or had a feeling about, and then you get that clarity. Um,
I agree.
yeah, but I would definitely say my big three shows up in my life every day with wanting to be creative, wanting to help everybody, but also wanting to help myself more. And I think I'm at that point where it's like, okay, I've done all of the helping that I can. Sorry guys, I'm like stuffed up. And now it's time for me to help myself because I am literally pouring from an empty cup. The cup is so empty. It's a bottle that's been squeezed through already. Like, and that's kind of how it's showing up for me right now.
Well, the good thing about you being an Aquarius rising is you know how to innovate and create your own juices again.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? And it's just really about acknowledgement. Like, oh, this is a lot.
Yeah.
Once you say this is a lot, then it's like, oh, okay, I know what to do. You
Mm.
get what I'm saying? Like, and I say this to you, I'm not saying it to you, because Navi and I, there's a 10-year age difference. So
Yeah.
it's like we have a lot, we're the babies, we're aunties, but it is like I was her,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like I'm not saying this to, you know, I know you got it.
Yeah.
You're already ahead of me when I was your age. So I cannot wait to see where you go with this. And I think that's why Spirit told me to reach out to you
Yeah.
for sure to do
Spirit
this.
definitely knew I needed this. Like we
Yeah,
needed this honestly. And I didn't even know that I needed this.
that's, hey,
Yeah.
but here we are.
Look at us. Look at us.
Look at us. Oh yeah, that Paul. What was his name? Paul. Paul, oh my God, that's my favorite man.
Yes.
Favorite white man.
Oh my gosh.
Paul Walker. Oh my God.
Not Paul Walker.
Ant Man.
Yes, I can't think of his name right now. Hold on.
They got Paul in it.
Yeah. What is his name? His name is Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd.
No, listen, Sean always make fun of him. He be like, you know, you're white people. When we watching TV, he like, you know, you're white people.
I do so like that's Jean in them. She played it.
I always put them together. He's like, oh my God, you know, you're white people. So let's do. So you were talking about your personal year. What does your personal 2026 year look like, and what lessons or opportunities are being highlighted? So for me, so currently this year's year 8. So I've been building. But I'm going into personal year 9. So for me, it's about completion, release, and boundaries. This year is really for me about understanding what generates me and what doesn't. We'll go more into human design, but there was a key word there for me. But for me, learning numerology, it honestly put me ahead of the curve because I was already doing this. Like, for me, it's less about figuring things out and more about refining.
Mhm.
Like, I'm becoming more intentional with my energy. So
Yeah.
I've been closing cycles that no longer align. I've been choosing myself without guilt. Like, I tell people this, like, if you don't understand numerology, if you don't understand birth charts, if you don't understand astrology, fine. Listen to your nervous system. And if somebody comes around and they disturb your nervous system and you're stressed out and you're thinking about all of the things, like, that is, to me, is also tied into all of the things. Like, I just feel like if somebody disturbs me, they gotta go. And not that they're bad people. It's just like with where you are, I can't be around it because it physically, I am a Cancer rising. I feel it all. I can't. I'm a Taurus moon. I definitely feel it all. I can't be around that. It's not personal, but it's personal. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, like, for me, like, and my Pluto is Scorpio in the 4th house. Like, I am here to be like the generational curse breaker. I'm here to be like, this ain't it. Like, I can't. So that's me. So I'll pass it on to you, girl. But my name is Erin Scissorhands. Like, I always tell people that. Like, my cutoff game, strong.
And what's funny is I am too exiting a personal year 8 and entering a personal year 9.
Because we're 2 years. Oh, that is so cute.
We're 10 years apart. Our birthdays are like right behind each other. Yes. So, like Erin mentioned, this is a year of like completion and closing out old chapters, healing, and then, of course, revisiting things that I haven't resolved. Like I mentioned earlier, I have a problem with boundaries. I have a problem with allowing people to take. And I feel like these are old wounds and chapters that are like opening that I need to close going into 2026 and leaving 2026.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you said, and I love that you mentioned about like the nervous system thing. So because that's intuition, whether you're like, I don't believe in all this stuff, I don't care of this, we all have discernment.
We all have nerves too.
Yeah, and it looks different. Well, I hope we all have discernment, but it looks different. But we all have nerves, and it looks different for everyone. But like Erin said, if someone is just disturbing your body, like you feel, you get around them and then you shrink, or it's just you don't feel comfortable, or you just feel like you're always looking over your shoulder, like, it doesn't necessarily mean they're a bad person. Like you said, it's just energies aren't aligning. They may be in the space where you were, or they may be in a space where you don't want to go.
Yeah.
One thing about energy is created, and it's just like, if it doesn't mesh, it's okay to break free. And I'm learning that, especially going into my personal year 9. I have to let go of things that are hanging on by a thread. Like, that includes friendships. And it's like, they may not have done anything particularly bad that's just like, oh, I gotta cut them off, they're a terrible person. But we may just not be aligning like how we used to be, or we may not just be on the same, wavelength, same path, and that's totally fine. And that's also with romantic relationships. And I'm trying to make sure that I am treating all relationships equally, because if I'm willing to cut off someone I call a friend for not aligning, why would I keep this partner because I want to, maybe
Yeah.
it can get better, but it's like maybe it can't. So,
No, with
just
going into year 9, we
yeah.
could be dealing with potential.
Oh, okay, no more of that.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but I just want to
Well,
say
she said I gotta get it out. No, literally. I'm not doing any more potential. The only potential I'm dealing with is my potential to be greater than I am today. I'm not. Could you be a good partner? Possibly. For me, no, because if you're not
yeah.
shown, could you be a good friend? Possibly. For me, no. It's like I am healing wounds. I'm not trying to create new wounds. Okay, healing what's already open and closing chapters that may have reopened, but we're not opening any more bad chapters. We're not creating new wounds. Like, we are literally completion. Like, we did a whole 9 years almost. Like, what?
Yeah.
Year, I don't know what was in the air this year, but
We know what was in the air this year,
yeah.
but that's not,
Yeah, that's not here.
why we're here. That's not why we here. That's for Patreon when we get one. But love that.
All right, I'll take the next one. So